Hi guys, just quiet, try to be calm. I know this is supposed to be a ranting situation, but this is in parts. That is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's something on my community page now on my channel that you can vote for. And you can vote for what you want next and stuff like that. But most voted so far is gaming. So I'm going to talk about gaming in this. Some other stuff might come across, you know it is, but I'll try and keep that separate at the time, right? Now I'm playing World War Z. You'll see a number of games playing. I still play World War Z today. It is. And I know this is going to be a big statement, but I think it's better than Warhammer. There's just so much in Warhammer that's wrong. It's on the right track though, because the campaign was absolutely fantastic. And I think that's what they worked on more. And that's why it was delayed. Which makes sense, because it's fucking beautiful. And no, I'm not going to censor myself. But I do want to say before I start, I appreciate YouTube at this time to give me the opportunity to be on this channel and speak for how I feel regarding any topics or anything like that, in any situations or any goofiness and stuff like that. I really appreciate YouTube. I really do. Now I'm going to get to the real factors here. So I'm going to start off with strong. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter it is. Where do I start with that? Gaming today in the society, when Monster Hunter comes into play, people say the community. Like that. The community. The community. The community. And with me, used to be part of the community. If you're still watching now after I've said that, you're either here for the real talk, or you're just here thinking it's going to be the same situation that what they've said. I'm afraid it's going to be real talk, so if you're oversensitive, I suggest you go to the internet people, the internet world, the fantasy world of people, and Monster Hunter. So, first things first. I gotta tell you all on the reality of stuff. If you must know, there's been a YouTuber being exposed regarding mods, cheats, situation regarding speed runs, which I always said in the past videos, if you're gonna do a speed run, do it legit. Do it no cheats, no mods, nothing. And it will be more viewed as a wow, that's a close, it is. And a bunch of them, fine. Now, I want to put to a topic here. There's a lot of creators out there or that's played the demo of Wild Hearts and they can have their opinion about it and that, fine. I'm still waiting for the ticking clock of what they're going to do with the crossplay situation. And I feel like I'm the only one. It is, but there has been some odd questions being mentioned about it regardless, and they said they'll get to it straight away. And I'm like, is all this happy-go-lucky and everything like that? Oh, we're showing them the demo, all the game is great and stuff like that. It looks great. It does. It looks great. There's about the armor or something like you can put on females, males, and stuff like that. I think that's fantastic. A great opportunity to have fun rather than just say, "Hey, I'm a sweat. This is my favorite shit." But I gotta bring it down here because the person that basically got exposed they showed their true side of everything. And there's a few people that react to it, and they were on PC. And I watched them, and you watch their faces and expressions and stuff like that, and it just seemed forced. It just seemed forced. And then all of a sudden you have these podcasts talking about WoWs with face reveals. And it makes me laugh because I think they've gone with this route. It is to expand, but little do you know, is always going to be something on their back. Now, I don't have a problem with mods and cheats and that. If you're going to do it in your own time, away from YouTube, it is, do that. No one, you're not harming anybody. But when you come online, and when you come on YouTube, or any platform, and you do these stupid ass hunts with 3 minutes and stuff like that, and so it's a speed run, we have a problem. We have a problem. Well, I have a problem. I say I have a problem first about it. Now, I know PC have been using mods and cheats and that for games for over the years on YouTube. But it's been like the fun type of situation, like, you remember Gary's mod? Remember Gary's mod situation? Oh yeah, you use all the mods under the sun because you were in the workshop and stuff like that. I've played that. Oh yeah, that's meant to be modded to edit stuff, I still love that game. I wish it was on console, but I understand why it isn't, of course. But coming up to date in this generation, all it is competition, sweats, meta. I cannot stand meta. The meta fucking bullshit. People coming online and sucking dicks of these YouTubers of meta builds. And they've played way before you. I mean, I'm talking about Warhammer at this point now. As well as Monster Hunter back in the day. That's why I dread it. Because they're going to have access to the game. And they're going to put all these builds and say, oh, this is OP and all this kind of that. And you're like, well, the game hasn't even been released. Or, hey, I'm still at the first stage. Like, the people are doing it for money. And I was going to put YouTube as another topic, but it's going to keep up because I'm on YouTube myself. I think back in the day, you'll know the crew, the crew, that we watched all the time. They used cheats and mods, but they used it in a fun way. And yeah, they did put it on YouTube. But it was fun. You could laugh at it. Enjoy it. And it was fine. There was no harm in that. It wasn't affecting anybody else at that place, And people enjoyed those YouTubers. What I see on the thumbnails when it comes to World War Z or any game, Monster Hunter and that, it's always meta. It's always the best build and all this kind. And you're like, well, I get it, you have to put those videos up, but I'm not even halfway through. Do you know what I mean? They should care about the people watching. But the thing is, if PC people is watching, PC people who's doing cheats and mods and that, do you think they're going to be on the defensive side and say, hold on, don't do this? Of course they're not. Because they're doing the same thing. Which is why I don't want to target those people directly. Because, like I said, it's a touchy, sensitive topic to them. And it's easy for them to come on the internet, have a mask, and just lie to your face. If that makes sense. you know. But when it comes to um, Monster Hunter builds and you're on PC, do you say, oh, they just using mods and cheats? Yeah, I can copy that build, but it's not going to do the same stuff as what they have. Or are you going to say, yeah, I'm going to copy this build and everything? Because, you see, this is what was going on with this exposed YouTuber, which you probably know. If you play Monster Hunter and you're a big fan of Monster Hunter, you already know. You already know. I'm not going to say the name because obviously it's going to cause some shit. But they literally just came out and said they weren't cheating. But there was proof out there that they were cheating. Now, I said to you this, and I'll say it again to you. Deep down, from the bottom of my heart, time will come, and you'll get a shock as some Monster Hunter cheaters, it is, exposed the same way he did. And no, it's not based on speedruns. It's based on builds. Because a lot of builds is scams. They don't work. They put them out there. They work to some degree, but they don't do the damage that they do. Like, they're not going to get you 3 minutes. They're not going to get you 4 minutes. It is. And I call them scams. Because they shouldn't be doing builds and that if they're using cheats and mods. But they thinking it's all PC users, and that YouTuber was saying all people are using cheats and mods on Monster Hunter, and I'm like, well, I haven't. I played fucking Monster Hunter World for fucking on console for what? 4 years, I would say, or even more than that, and I never used any mods or cheats at all, and I still play it. Okay, this is some different gameplay because I'm changing games. It's nice to change games for a while, because I touch grass as well. Okay? But the point I'm making is, in this situation, so why is it a problem with me? Why is it a problem with me? It just bugs me that people are not seeing this. And so I've come to the reaching point of saying is, I've seen it and they actually cheating themselves, But in this generation of gaming, it's just pure insanity. Because a lot of the YouTubers these days in this generation, compared to last generation, it's not a healthy thing. It's just hey, follow me, I have these builds, and all this kind. That's it. That's literally it. Or thumbnails that they look shocked like they've seen their mum and sister in the shower together. Oh fuck. Do you know those, oh my god, shocked faces, And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I'm going to mention names here. Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie. They kind of really, Cinnamon Toast Ken. Was it Wade? Oh, what was that other one? They did their faces best. Because it looked real in the thumbnails. Do you know what I mean? It looked real in the thumbnail. Daz Games. He does it looks like it's real. And it makes me laugh. But this generation, it's forced. And it comes to a point of journalists, wannabe journalists, I'm going to say, wannabe game reviewers, they're getting all the clicks and all this kind. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind. As long as I get 100 views on at least a video, I'm totally fine. I don't care if it's under or anything like that. I do this for a hobby and stuff like that. But when you're doing it for money and that, you have to think of, do I enjoy doing this? You know, and I think this is what some people quit YouTube for. Who did gaming, you know, because they didn't enjoy it. And they knew for a fact it was just going to be for money. And then the comments is just overly toxic all the time. There's not the positive there is. You know, I get it, like, in general, you have to be realistic, but there's nothing wrong being a bit of positive. When you see positive in comments now, you know, it's just all, you know, even criticism is overrated, which that hurts my fucking soul because I do that lot. I do that shit a lot. I do that shit a lot. You've seen if you see my videos and that, you know what it is. You know, I laugh and everything like that, and criticize. I do movie reviews, which I'll do talk about in another video, because I'm gonna blast off on that one. But this is about gaming in general, and gaming politics, I'm gonna say, is stupid. It is stupid. Like, look at Stellar Blade. Look when that got released. Look how much commotion it took. It took people putting petitions. And then there was petitions of getting stuff removed and censored and stuff. I'm like, it's a game. It's a game that's like, it's not about her being sexually attractive as well. I mean, have you seen the combat in that? Holy shit, and the graphics is beautiful in that. Now, I'm not a graphics person, which I've reacted to PlayStation Pro, so you know. But I'm just being honest here, you know. I mean, Elden Ring it is, like, that's still a great game. I barely finished it. I barely went halfway through it, but it's a good game to play. You know, it is. Then we have the monkey, I shall say, with the pole, I call it. That's hit massively. And he's saying it's going to win the Game Awards this year. Me, I'm like, I gotta admit, it's gonna win the awards. But didn't we have something familiar win the awards like that? Elden Ring. It has the same themes as Elden Ring. It's just more colourful. To me. But there's more bosses constantly, like a boss rush. So, you know, and some of the bosses is great in that. And then we get to a game, is it called Astrobot? Something like that. It's a cute robot, it is. I love this. I love those kind of games and stuff like that, right? And I love that. I love that straight out, deep down. I've seen the gameplay. I haven't played it. No, I haven't played it. You know, hey, Butchert, why have you not played it? I don't know. But it's about the time I want to sit down and just play it and maybe do some recordings. We'll see. But it's hit massively. Now it gets to the point of people saying, "Oh, it's so expensive and all this kind. Oh, does it have to be that much? Oh, it's so short. Oh." I'm like, oh my fucking god! These are the fucking people who pay $100 for Call of Duty for a 4-hour campaign or something shit like that. But you won't pay for that. Yeah, that's an excuse. There's a lot of comments I don't like care about anymore. You know, and I cared about a lot. You know, because it's just utterly stupid. It's stupid. It's not real. And then you have the bots on top of that, which I don't blame YouTube because they can't control everything it is down the line. you know. So YouTubers have to do it, right? No, they just letting them slide in. Slide in, you know. And some of them are con artists as well and catfishers. I am saying that word too. Yes. That's what I'll bring to the TikTok situation in another video. Oh, don't worry. I'll be delighted to do that video. Now, game journalists. Back to game journalists. You know, I mentioned a few games and game journalists. Game journalists and reacting to social media games and what triggers me the most is when they say it's a dead game. Oh my god, you know, it triggers me. I get it if it was just online, like so, and you care about how many people are on and stuff like that. You know, I like offline play. You know it is and stuff like that. You know, that's why I'm saying the monkey game is offline game, and it's popular. You know, same as Astrobot. Them two games is the example of what we need today. That's why Elden Ring won. Deep down. Because it had fucking everything in. But it was just so hard. But it's an understanding why it was hard. But it was easy at the same time if you get the right stuff. Which brings me to the builds and stuff like that. What was on YouTube. All cheats, all mods. There's nothing legit anymore. There's literally nothing legit when it comes to builds and stuff like that. That's why I ignore and don't watch those videos myself. I don't. I don't like it. I don't like how people feels, you know, is people that stupid or they must be doing it themselves. So they're watching them. That's the only explanation in my mind of why they watch these people. Which kind of makes sense, if you know what I mean. But when it comes to politics and gaming, it doesn't match. It doesn't fucking make sense. Like, I've played games for a long time, years now, like so. I don't care how many people are playing. I don't care if it's a dead game. You know, if it's still active in a certain way, you can play offline or something, I'm in. I'll try it if I like it. You know, people rely too much on how many people are playing the game. And this is when it brings overly toxic situations. And they lose their touch on themselves. And it brings me to the point of, I'm so entitled, narcissist behavior, and it just sucks the fucking life out of you. Like, and you're doing this for a hobby, and you see this shit, and you see the thumbnails, and it just is so draining. And then if you have personal life that you're trying to sort out as well. See, I try to sort my personal life out before I make any videos. It is. Some of these people, like I said, are rich and famous. Well, I'd say famous, but rich. It is. And they don't know. Like, when a situation came up, when it was gaming, about streaming was harder than a real job, I can't let that go. Because, you know, I felt the most stupidest fucking person of all time, seeing people, how they reacted, and they still watching those streamers. You're still supporting those streamers who shit on your own real life. That doesn't make sense to me. You either really, really fucking stupid and you don't have a principle, it is, or you just want to forget about it because, why? It's too real. Like, there's not many people on YouTube and everything now that it is a real type of person to talk, to believe and watch, have goofy times, you know, hell, even if they modded and cheated and still had a goofy time with friends. I watch Delirious. I still watch him now and again. You know them with the mask? Yeah. Hockey mask. I watched him. Like, I still watch him, and see, like, all his life has changed. But he hasn't changed the fact that he still enjoys games rather than politics. Bring politics into games and stuff like that. Or want to be fake game newses that, oh, this is in, Xbox is beating PlayStation. Oh, PlayStation's beating Xbox. Oh, get a PC Master Race. Oh, don't be a narcissist. That's what I say to that. Don't be a narcissist, Shove that back in your throat. That's all it is today. And it just gets too much. And when it gets too much, mental health problems start, and it makes me sad because I want to communicate with my own audience, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm going to make these videos, because we reached 500 subscribers, which I can't believe. Like, I can't believe that. I'm really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you just watching, viewing, putting hearts and all this kind. I see them. Don't worry, I see them. I just don't acknowledge them because there's just so much in my life that needs taken care of every single day, rather than just, like, just coming online and saying, oh, my real problems will stay there, so I'm just going to take it out on everybody. It is. Which are all a negative, 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 negative. And it makes criticize and everything just overrated. It just makes it overrated because then you can't tell the fucking difference. Then you're just waiting for them it is. I'm too real. So I'm going to bring a lot of negative to my stream sometimes. But at the same time, I'm going to be goofy because that's how I am. If you met me in the street, I'm goofy as fuck. And swear. Okay, those people who you've watched in the past have changed too. They've gone older, mature. They have families and stuff now. So you're happy for them. You're happy for them. But it doesn't mean we can still carry what we can. Do you know what I mean? Like what they did, and make YouTube a place where you can just come online, zone out from the real life, and enjoy something before you go back to your own lives. Rather than just, hey, like, look at the politics. Oh, this game is dying. Oh my god, oh yeah, I understand some games have to die. Like the online game, you know. I understand that. I don't like battle royals, Which brings me to the point of something quick I'm going to mention about Warhammer. Warhammer campaign is absolutely fantastic. It's no question about it. Beautiful. As for the other stuff, operations mode, I think there's some difficulties that need adjusting. Because, how can I explain this? If you put on an easier mode, the easiest mode in the game, they hit like a truck still. So I don't know if it needs, adjusting or whatever, like so. And then you have the PvP mode, which obviously gets naturally ruined by a certain other country because they have mods, cheats, and everything, and they just ruin the fun in PvP. Like what they did with Fortnite, what they did with Call of Duty and Duty. Yes, I said that. And stuff, in general. It's just one of those things that a lot of people are more ruining other people's fun and time that when we had a few years ago. And YouTube's not going to care as long as the views and everything's going to come in. Now, that's not wrong because obviously it's YouTube. It's a fucking business. They have to run the business like how it is. Some people know how it works. I don't know how it works. But some YouTubers do. Fair enough. But you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say that. Business is business. You have to just cope with the stuff what's in. And this, when it comes to gaming, we should be, but then we have Twitch streamers and then people taking clips off those and putting them on YouTube and they getting all the views and stuff like that. And it's like, really? Like, really? And when you watch them, because I don't mind when people are reacting and they have this montage of people reacting to a certain scene in a game, I don't mind watching those. But when it comes all fake, because half of them are fake, that's a problem. And I think we need to bring the real side all together. Not just, I'm going to look at X and stuff like that and, see what's going on and stuff like that. Because, trust me, Twitter, and I am going to call it Twitter used to be great. You used to communicate with a lot of people and that. Okay, it had a dark side, it had a weird side. But we had that side where we could talk to people, tweet, and it wasn't like a battle, World War Six, let's just call it. It is. Or, oh my God, I'm entitled to control this game because it's too, nakedly? Let's just say that. Or, it's too violent. It's the same as movie reviews. Like, when I'm going to mention that, I'm going to go on a big rant about that. And it'll be very, very big. Because, like I said, that's all changed in that category. But back to gaming it is. The point is, gaming's supposed to be enjoyable, fun, laughter. I can't stand this word grind. I can't stand all this crap. It's just crap. PC fucking crap. And when it's console, it's worse. It's a slap in the face to casuals and people who just want to have fun, I feel. And it's just all a certain country to me because that's all I see. I won't mention it because I've got oversensitive people in the comments as well saying, hey, how dare you talk about my country like that and all this. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Things has changed now from then. Even my country itself, it's UK, it's not a good place in some areas, you know what I'm saying? But we have to keep on the bright side of things, if you know what I mean. But, again, when it comes to gaming, we like to zone out, play games because we had a hard day and stuff like that. We don't need to hear the grind. We don't need, I'm going to grind this out. You have to do this. This is the OP build. This, I'm better than you. You need to get better, and you turn out it's a PC person that has 15 mods in. 15 cheats in, or 20 or 30, when it comes to, I don't know how it goes because I don't do it myself. Last time I cheated, remember when you had them memory cards for PlayStation 2? Was it 2 or something like that? And then there was a disc, and you put a disc in, and then you would pick the codes, and then you would actually put the game disc in, and the cheats would actually work from the disc you already put in. Yeah, and you would get these from, comic books. Comics books it is when there's a free disc and stuff like that. Yes, I'm talking about that far back. Them times. And then, he's getting old and all this kind. Get to the generation. I just say, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. I'm myself. You don't know who I am. And personally, I know by when you say that who you are. Nothing but a narcissist that'll judge people by how they play their game. And this is how they stop playing games. And when you stop playing games, depression comes about and it gets darker and deeper. It does. And I don't want to go into that topic because I've already have in the past, in that situation. I know there's a lot. I told you there's a lot going to be talked in this video about gaming and stuff like that. I mean, Cuphead. It's a beautiful art, wonderful game. Obviously, it's a very hard game in general, but it's a very interesting game. And one of my favorites is the dragon, because I like fighting dragons. I like fighting dragons. Monster Hunter, for example. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that I think with the world changing and everything gaming, we have to figure out ourselves. But there's so many people, there's thousands now that want the meta and suck that dick. They want, and there's so many YouTubers that just do it for money and they just don't care about the respect or patience because they think they're going to get lesser views. How many views are you getting? What, 50,000 views? 100,000 views? 25,000 views? And you have over what? 1 million subscribers? 500 subscribers? 500,000 subscribers? It's not really adding up. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really add up. Because I think people is clicking on and realizing what's going on. But they don't open their mouths because they know, these people are going to be in denial. And this is what makes gaming itself different. You think crossplay is the greatest thing of all time? It was the greatest thing of all time until it all got changed by mods and cheats. It did. Now everything's a competition. Now everything's a beatable game. Now it's fake speed runs. It puts you to the point of saying this. Do you want to look into the future of gaming despite what the companies are doing with games itself? I mean, we have triple A the fails, online games, just only the fails, we have that kind of stuff and it's just all about money. And this is what YouTubers are doing when they're doing these cheats and mods in these games. It's all about money. It's never about the fun anymore. And, it's come to a point that even saying words of, oh, this is wild or this is insane, it doesn't have an impact anymore because it's getting overused, And then there's the people that like the predictable, but they're not unpredictable because you're scared. Well, when you get the unpredictable, you get stuff like the Monkey Game. You didn't expect that being a good game. You didn't expect Stellar Blade being as good as what it was. Yeah, you knew it was going to be good, but you knew, it's going to have some flaws. Guess what? It was a great game. It's a great game. And I haven't even played it yet. Astro Bot. It's going to be one of those PlayStation exclusives that's going to die down quick. Guess what? You got the unpredictable. I love the unpredictable when it comes to games. That's why I don't watch gaming politics. That's why I don't see what journalists are saying. Criticisms, I criticize myself. But I try to hold it back a lot because it's just getting overused in the wrong way of certain things. And it just comes off as a negative Nancy at this point. And you don't want that. You criticize stuff to have the value to make things better or just for fun, like so. Do you get what I mean with that situation? Now it just comes off as a pure hatred. Like, if your life is so fucking bad in the real world, get it fucking sorted. Before you come online. Because You don't want to affect other people's shit if they having a hard time too. You have to consider that. But no, there's no empathy. If I'm saying that right by my accent, you'll know what I'm talking about. There was empathy years ago on YouTube because they cared. They cared. And then people that do come back and do videos and get actually the views and that, they still have the empathy. I'm going to mention one person. Look at Markiplier. He's in movie. He's done a movie and stuff like that. Like so. But he still has the time to sit and talk to you about what's going on. And then he plays an odd game sometime. Horror games, something like that. Look at Jacksepticeye. You know. Now, I'm not a big, massive fanboy of these people. But I'm a fan when they bring the real world into it. And that's what we need to bring more often when it comes to games, I feel. Like, so people can feel the passion behind it, if it's a bad thing or a good thing. Not like 100 fucking videos of Mr. Beast with the same thumbnail, okay? I know you can't control people on what to watch and stuff like that, and I wouldn't want to do that. But have an explanation on why you're watching people that shit on you, laughing at your face. You know, I don't understand why. Because that's insulting, and you're supporting these people. You're putting your earned money that you've earned to these people for what? For what? To me, it makes no sense. That's my opinion on that. Okay? But I'm not going to go out my own way and try and force people to change. Because I have to accept what's going on now. And that's why I'm making this video. To just get everything out there. That what used to be. And the classical vibes on how you know this channel is going. Whether you like it or not. Excuse me, I've still got a cough a bit. But that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this video. You cannot know. If you haven't experienced what was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago and stuff like that, you missed out. You missed out big time. But it's never too late. It's never too late. You can still see that now on YouTube. I've been watching videos from 6 and 7 years ago from YouTubers. I've been recommended it. And I'm like, why is YouTube recommending me in this? I haven't watched this YouTuber. Stuff like that. That's because it's got a lot of views. That's why it's got, and it's very entertaining. So thanks, YouTube. But the point I'm making is, back then, it was better. It was healthy. Okay, there was still some overly toxic bullshit. But now, what the hell happened? We play games to have fun. We don't do grind. I need to grind to get to this level. Oh, I'm better than you. And stuff like that. And it's not even PvP. And you hear that. And then there's the sweats and stuff. Excuse me with the cough again. I've got a cough. My apologies. But, 2 things I'm going to say and end this video. Helldivers 2. Oh no, people's, missing out on this because they're leaving and all this situations going on and stuff like that. And I'm just here with the fucking problem that if you go in a public random lobby, you don't have to do shit. You don't. You can just stand there, wait for them coming back, and it will be done in 5 to 10 minutes. They sweat this shit out so bad. You can't shoot any aliens or bugs or whatever you want to do in public lobbies because they want it all. They want it all and stuff like that. And then they have a problem with you because you haven't done anything. And I say to them, how the fuck can I do shit in a public lobby with you if you're just gonna sweat this shit out? And these two people are sweating this shit out. And I got so bored of Helldivers. And I loved it. I loved it. Because there was no offline mode, no AI bots like ADF. You know, like what Warhammer's doing. Like what World War Z is doing. Do you know what I mean? Helldivers could have done the same thing. They could have did the same thing. But the fact is, it wasn't just that as well. It's Warhammer as well. Warhammer's turning the same way. So guys, what do you think of all what I've said and everything? Let me know down in the comments below. You see something to the left, you see something to the right. Good night, God bless, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. And stay gaming.